So, hello everyone to another episode of the Juicyfields podcast. And today we have a member, Anton, with us. Hello, Anton.
Hello, Daniel. Nice to have you. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure, our pleasure. So, from our talk last week, yeah, I saw you as a very you understood the case and everything. I saw you as one of the smart people, I think.
Eventually, medium smart, street smart.
Yeah, no, but you get it, everything like this. It will be fun to talk with you.
Sure, thanks.
So yeah, so I guess can you explain a little bit your relationship to cannabis?
Um, well, just start somewhere. I wanted to, I do started investing in, I wanted to invest. Let's make it this. I wanted to invest since, I'm like in my late 20s. I'm in my late 30s now, and I did come back from an Africa trip like 10 years ago, and I read the Vice magazine online when I was like, I don't know, sitting at the airport in Egypt or somewhere, and I started to read about Bitcoin. That was my first, let's say, contact with crypto or investing in in general when I was a young man. So I had Bitcoins. I sell them off like I don't know in to 18 yeah 2018. I sold them off, made a good profit, and thought to myself, all right, let's have some open eyes, and I'm not investing in, let's say, petrol stocks or whatever harms nature. I don't want to make some profit off from companies that hurt our environment badly or in any case like that. So well, I came across a member of our group, and we, kept on talking about life in general, having kids, having family, what's the ups and downs and whatsoever. And well, we came about the topic of investing, and then we came up with Juicyfields, and things went along. And I, visited the website, did my research, found out that they have a headquarter or used to have a headquarter in Berlin. And I thought to myself, well, me as a German, if a German company or if the headquarter is located in Berlin, it can't be that bad. And talked to some other folks. I talked to some guy from Canada and some other guy from Germany as well. And they also were very happy about how Juicy Field is, let's say, being promoted. Since I don't have Facebook or Instagram, I, had to find other places to look at and to do my own research. And yeah, that's where it all started, kind of.
So you don't use cannabis, or you don't
I
know cannabis
no,
like this?
I
Or
used to do that in my early years when I was like 16, 17, 18 or so. So my relationship to cannabis is very low
but you have
because
the experience, you know what it is.
I do have an experience, yes, but unfortunately, um, it's not kind of my thing, if that makes sense. I mean,
Oh yeah,
when
no,
it
it's
came
not for
down
everyone.
to Juicy Fields, the medical cannabis aspect, what you know, I saw the benefit in that particular area. So I wanted to push into this way. But I'm not a consumer of cannabis heavily. Mainly, let's say when there's a festival in summer in Germany, I'm happy to have a smoke, one or two, but I'm not a consumer on a regular basis. No, that's not
Uh,
the case.
then you have a very good relationship to it, I think, and it's not for everyone, like you say.
I tried it. I've had my experience, and there was a point where I said to myself, I'm not against it. I'm totally for it, but I'm not the weekend guy to use it to chill out and relax. I'm on a sober basis. I'm relaxed overall, so I'm totally fine here at that point.
Do you use CBD products sometimes?
I do. I bought myself let's say I really have to look at the label. I'm not sure at the moment, but I bought myself CBD oil last year, and I used it for relaxing at night when I'm going to sleep. Because let's say in 2020 and also 21, I had a lot of my mind on my mind. We bought a house. I had a lot to do of renovations, and also the job was, not easy during the pandemic times. It got even harder from my point of view, for working reasons. So I had problems trying to sleep or get a full 8 hours of sleep. So I started using CBD and still using it. Yeah, that's what I do.
It's good, and it's more for everyone, more than cannabis with the THC like this.
It's easy to use, and it does fulfill my needs whenever I do tend, it works for me way better.
Yeah, no, it's very good for the body. It's nutritious too, actually. Too it has a
That's
lot
what
of
I'm not super
minerals.
certain about, but it works fine, totally good for me.
Yeah, no, yeah. Let's continue with the topic on hand, the Juicyfields case and fraud. So
Yeah,
how?
I
Yeah,
told you last time when we had our first conversation that, like, for everyone who is involved, even if it's 50 euro with one juicy flash plants, or if it's, I don't know, a six-figure amount that people lost or invested. I told you last time that when my wife had birthday last year, July, and the entire website and the whole construction of Juicyfields broke down to the absolute, trash. Uh, that was a hard time. We wanted to go on holiday to Italy. We were actually on the road, and on the road I found out about it, and that really, it was from the mental point of view, it was a tough situation,
yeah,
to be like the happy clown, if you might call it like that, still having a good mood, but still finding out that I mean, my total investment was around 20,000 euros, 19,000, around that. So realizing the moment when you want to go on holiday and having a good time, you realize that maybe or maybe not 19,000 euros have gone down the drain. That's from this kind of aspect, the psychologist side, it was really a bummer. And I still, it was like 3 months or 4 months. I just maybe talked with my wife about it or tried to give her some hints, and then finally came up with the whole story, what has happened.
oh,
And this was really a tough situation too. I mean, in the end of the day, we got to be honest, it's money, but I worked hard for that money. I didn't win it in the lottery and just, threw it
no,
away. I worked hard for that money. And that was kind of the toughest situation in that entire case so far. And this is still why I'm super happy that you, Nina, Lars, and every person, like, connected to this, what we're doing here, is doing their part. And even if it's just putting some positive vibes into the whole community, this is really helping from this point of view. It's really helpful. Yeah.
yeah, I totally agree. So far, it has been very helpful for me. I can only speak for myself, I guess, but I know many people, like you say now, also has found the community has been healing in some way,
It
or
has to. It
or
has
the
to.
trust in people and these things.
Yeah. That was really devastating. I mean, sure, I mean, outsiders would have said in advance that if it sounds too good to be true, it might be not true. I've learned that lesson now, but what we've learned so far is the Juicy Fields marketing, the ex, uh,
Yeah, they
it
over
was all
exaggerate.
it was all done in a very good manner. I mean, I don't want to know how many years they yeah, constructed this to be so successful, to trick even smarter people than me or you. And so they went to the expos, they had newsletters, they had good marketing, very well done in each aspect, so that even your do your own research point is covered up to the maximum at the minimum. So yeah, you could easily fall for it, and some of us did.
Yeah, I don't think I have. Okay, that might be not true. It depends on how you define it. But one of the smartest scams I have seen, at least, definitely.
Yeah, true.
And we don't even know the full scope of it. We are in terms of investigations and all these things takes years sometimes until we get the full story.
Yeah.
And if you ever do get the full story, it's not a certainty.
Even if I know 30 or 50%, I'm still astonished and even amazed what is happening on this very planet. And like also that cannabis is used even for some kind of these scams that the industry, as I've read in the newsletter, needs, or even on the cannabis magazines I read a lot of times, that the industry needs a cleanup because a lot of like black sheeps, if you call it like that, are running around and trying to get their share of the cake, and they try everything they can to maybe trick or yeah, deflect from bad things they're actually doing to yeah, try to convince you to invest in their company or in their yeah, whatever they call it.
Of course, it's not just the cannabis industry as scammers, but it's one of those industries that do attract them. Like you said before, you invested in terms of the medicinal side to it, and many others who did saw this as a good progress for the world, or like this. And what we have, what you will maybe hear, I don't know exactly what will air next week on Cannabis Cowboys podcast, but it will come out in one way or the other. Like the team behind Juicyfields, they have done previous scams where they have targeted people in environmental issues and people who wants to see good change and progress, because these people are like naive and easy to fool in one way, because they like want to put their money into something good and they want to see something good in the world. These people are not in it for the money, so to speak, and many times these people don't do the same kind of diligence like professional investors and stock market people and these things. They target the good people, so to speak, and the normal people, the small people.
I get your point. Yeah, that's true.
And they are the worst at hiding the light. Everyone, I think, I can agree. Like if you a preacher who doesn't live by what he's saying is like this. It's the worst I can imagine when someone hides in the light, so to speak. And they say they're something they are not, and yeah.
This is why I mean, every week or I'm still super positive about the work Lars is doing, and that's what's happening in the background and things we don't know yet, or we will find out sooner or later. I'm still super impressed about, to be honest, the community, what the work they've done, the work they put in, and the proofs they provided, the material. It would have taken years for individuals or just 10 people. So I kind of see a good head of this, a good start of this year, and let's see where this is all taking us. And like we said it last time in our call, maybe it was a good idea in the end of the day to invest in Juicyfields and to have at least a little benefit out of it, and at least maybe to avoid stuff like this happening ever again to other individuals, and just to make this place a little bit better, a little bit safer, if you call it like that, and just to showcase what can or what happened and what will happen again. If you have to have open eyes and open ears everywhere, because like you just mentioned, you have to be a light in the dark, and maybe this is what will be there sooner or later, and maybe this will, if we open up to the media, to journalism, to even the German television is doing interviews and finds the story very attracting. So this will bring maybe light into the darkness what happened here.
I'm very pleased and glad to hear it's not only me who sees it like this, and more clients and members sees the where this leads, and I can imagine the immense satisfaction of actually being part of the reason why maybe Facebook or some other stuff changes and it becomes harder to scam people in the end.
I
That would
just
be
talked
amazing.
I just talked to my wife about it like 2 weeks ago that, I mean, my son, he is now 5 months old. He will grow up even harder with the social media. Like it's going to be everywhere, Instagram, give it a name, smartphones, tablets. I mean, regular or TV is not even attracting the young people or the young generation anymore. So they're going to be even more connected with social media than I am. And I'm 39 now. I don't have Facebook or Instagram. I'm just not using it. I never used Snapchat or give it a name, all the other social media apps that were famous or have had an hype or an impact on the young generation, the younger generation. So still, there has to be regulations, like how is that advertisement used on social media and how to prevent uh, stuff like that happening again. And even if you're the biggest or the smallest social media company in the world out there, there have to be rules how advertisement is done, and how is it like show to the users that actually, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe be attracted to the product that is advertised there, or even not. But there has to be some regulations.
oh yeah, no, they're not keen on taking any responsibilities so far.
Hmm.
So yeah, this needs to happen.
Because I don't want to have the conversation with my son in like 20 years. Hey dad, I lost half a fortune on Juicyfields 4.0 fourth edition. Like you could have told me, and I'd be like, oh man, that should not happen again and again and again. So this has to be prevented to happen again in any
Yeah,
other case. Yeah.
yeah, no, it makes no sense other than the from that some people make money out of it. Of course, that's the only reason it's happening. It's not good for anyone else. But Facebook and the scammers are making money on how it is.
This is why we are here and gonna fight back. Fight back
Yep.
with 2 fists or maybe 100 fists, but eventually there is a fight we are fighting, and there's a case to be won, and yeah, a community that benefits out of this, and maybe the generation after us. I can't look into the future, but I still see a bright future for this. What's happening here, and
We can see where it leads, and it's looking good.
this is what I'm reading all the time, and
This path.
I still see our newsletters are packed with positive informations all the time, and I will stop using the word hope. I still not hoping for the best. I know that this is going to be have a good ending, and maybe yeah, like I said before, preventing other generations or other people to fall for well-made scams like this, because this is super unnecessary. And again, there need to be regulations out of there.
Yeah, no, I feel it too. I know it. It's a good feeling what we have done, no matter what, and we keep fighting. We won't give up.
I have strong fists, and I have a long line to do. I do want to walk the entire walk with the community, and like I said, super happy that each and one of these individuals is putting a lot of work and time into this, even if it's just transcripting a podcast and make it possible to read for everyone, the non-native
Oh
English
yeah,
speakers out of there. So we are on, let's say, an ant hive that is helping each other. Yeah,
yeah. This is powerful too. This is our power.
it is. Strength in numbers.
Yeah, and I don't know any other Juicyfields community out there in the other groups and telegrams that even have any direction or going anywhere really.
My,
They try to do other lawsuits in other countries, but you know, I don't see it leading anywhere.
when the let's say the official Telegram groups from Juicyfields, they broke down or they were closed or were switched to other groups, and where you have no writing
Oh yeah,
permissions or so, there came a lot of like, let's call them lawyers. There were some truly honest lawyers, some from Germany as well. As I remember, there was a woman. She wanted
yeah,
to collect information, and but you weren't able to write in the Telegram group. So I do remember I was like in the 11 or 12 Telegram groups, like official, non-official, very new or old ones. I don't really remember, but they weren't going anywhere. And I remember the Spanish community, they wanted to do things that I would not support, to call it that way.
yeah.
So, but I stopped following these tracks because I can't wrap my head around every corner they're working on. But
No.
our one admin from the main group here, he told me that this is going to be beneficial what we are doing, and Lars has a plan and a good strategic plan that he's following, and that sounded to me like the most logical way to attack. And yet we are still here, and like I said, the newsletters are always packed with positive news, and like the attorney from Stockholm is putting his thumbs up, and he's supporting the idea what Lars has planned. So I think we're on a good position here. Yeah.
Yes, it's been a lot in Sweden on news about Facebook painting the picture. I think even Lars suspected this when I talked with him earlier today. This is hard to know, but you know, most people in Sweden have a bad view or picture of Facebook already, and it's a high chance even the judges in the court will have it too.
So that works for us.
Yeah,
even better.
So, yeah, so it's exciting in many ways. We will see what happens. Lars is gonna have an update here for us soon. But
Cool.
I want to really thank you though for everything you have said, and for joining and being part of this.
Thank you
And
very much. My
happy to
pleasure.
have you.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, like I said before, positive vibes for the entire community from my point of view here. And even if it's in a year, we're gonna fight, and we have a lot of fists to fight with, and we're gonna make it somehow. Yeah, thank you.
We will. Thank you, Anton.
Thank you.
Bye bye.